There's a quiet strength inside of you, deeper and more powerful than the struggles you face. It's easy, in the rush of every day, to forget what you're made of, to overlook the resilience that sits at the core of your being. Today, let this message remind you, you are stronger than you think. Even when you feel weak, forgotten, or alone, know that there is a power at work within you, a divine strength, a spark of hope, and a river of grace that pushes you forward. Life can sometimes feel overwhelming. The challenges may stack up, the obstacles seem insurmountable, and the burdens heavy. You might question your ability to keep moving. Doubt may creep in and whisper that you're not enough. But remember, God does not place a mountain before you without equipping you with the strength to climb it. Every hardship you encounter is not a sign of weakness, but an opportunity for your faith to grow and your spirit to reveal its true resilience. Think of the times you thought you couldn't go on, and yet here you are. The moments when tears fell, when your knees hit the floor, and still you stood back up. This is not by accident. Within every trial, God is nurturing your courage and shaping your character. He's teaching you that adversity is not your end, but the beginning of a greater testimony. When the world presses down and you feel crushed by expectations or disappointment, remember, the weight you carry is known. God sees every sigh, every sleepless night, every silent cry for help. He understands the depth of your pain and the battles you face behind closed doors. But with that knowledge comes an unshakable promise. You do not walk this path alone. His presence is a constant, even when you can't feel it, guiding and strengthening you in ways you may not recognize right away. Sometimes, strength looks like getting back out of bed when all you want is to hide under the covers. Other times, it's choosing hope over despair, taking a single step when the road ahead seems endless. Your perseverance, in all its quiet, unseen glory, is a reflection of a power greater than any obstacle. God's grace is the wind at your back, the rock beneath your feet, the fire in your heart. Scripture is full of reminders of this truth. Remember Isaiah, who wrote, "Those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." This isn't just poetic comfort. It's a promise directly to you. Even when your energy runs out, when your motivation fades and your spirit feels battered, God pours His strength into you. It's not a matter of being unbreakable. It's about knowing who to lean on when you feel like you're going to break. Think of David, standing before Goliath. By all human standards, he was underqualified, small, young, untested. Still, he was chosen for a reason, because God knew the strength within him. David's courage wasn't drawn from his own ability, but from the confidence that God was by his side. You may not face giants in the literal sense, but your battles, anxieties, doubts, heartbreaks are no less real, and the God who equipped David equips you too. You may find yourself facing days when prayers feel unanswered, and hope is hard to grasp. Don't interpret silence as absence. God's greatest work often happens in quiet moments, in the depths of hardship, when you're being molded, refined, and prepared for a greater purpose. Your trials are not wasted. They are seeds of strength planted through faith. Consider Joseph, sold by his own brothers and left to suffer in a foreign land. His story is one of relentless hardship, but through every betrayal and setback, God was working something out behind the scenes. When the time was right, Joseph's resilience bore fruit, not just for himself but for those around him. In the same way, your story, in all its pain and complexity, is being shaped for something beautiful. Every tear, every mistake, every seeming failure is being woven into a tapestry only God can see in full. What feels heavy now will one day be your testimony of strength. In moments of fear, it's natural to look for ways to escape. Our instinct is to shield ourselves, to run from vulnerability, to hide weakness. But God calls us not to escape our challenges, but to face them with honest and open hearts, knowing we are supported by Him. It's in standing firm, not in our own might, but in His, that we discover the capacity to endure and to heal. If you're feeling weary, remember Psalm 46:1. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. He is a safe place for you to land, a source of unwavering support. You do not have to pretend to be invincible. It's okay to admit exhaustion, to ask for help, to lean on someone else's faith when your own feels shaky. That's where real strength is found, in vulnerability, in authenticity, in reaching out for grace. You are often stronger than you know because your strength isn't isolated. It's connected to every person who prays for you, every friend who encourages you, every smile shared in your darkest hour. God works through people, through circumstances, through the tiniest details. Look for these moments of support. They're reminders that you're not alone. Allow yourself to be carried when you can't walk. Let kindness in, and you'll find your own strength renewed. And when the victories come, no matter how small, celebrate them. Every little step, every choice to keep moving is a triumph. Choose gratitude, not as a dismissal of your pain, but as a way to acknowledge God's faithfulness through it all. Gratitude resets our perspective, helping us to see blessings amidst the struggle. As you cultivate this practice, you'll notice your hope growing, your burdens feeling lighter, your spirit more resilient. Consider the words from Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. This doesn't mean life will be without hardship, but that strength is available in every season. When you feel at your weakest, God's power shines brightest. He is not looking for perfect people, but for hearts willing to trust Him, even in uncertainty. Sometimes, God's strength comes as a whisper, a gentle reassurance when the world is loud and demanding. Sometimes it roars, enabling you to do what you thought was impossible. Trust that, in every form, His strength is with you. Listen for His voice amid the noise. Rest in the knowledge that you are seen, you are loved, and you are not alone. As you continue along your journey, remember that storms will come, but they do not last forever. Rain may fall, winds may howl, but after every storm, there is renewal. Flowers bloom, the sky clears, and you stand a little taller, shaped by the trials you've overcome. God will use every season of your life, the joyous and the painful, to reveal the depth of your strength and the reliability of His love. Let yourself dream again. Even if disappointment has dulled your hope, remember that God specializes in restoring what was lost, in bringing dead dreams back to life. Allow yourself to believe that good things are still possible, that a future filled with hope awaits. Your best days are not behind you. They stretch out before you, rich with possibility. Keep your heart open, your faith steady, and your hands willing to receive whatever is next. Lean on prayer. Even when you don't have the words, God understands the language of your heart. Let your conversations with Him be honest, whether full of joy or clouded by sadness. He desires connection, not perfection. Trust that, in every moment, He hears you and responds with compassion. Never underestimate the impact of your story. The battles you fight, the scars you carry, and the resilience you embody will encourage others who are watching. Sometimes, your perseverance will be the light someone else needs to find their way. In this way, your struggles are not just for you. They're part of a greater plan, a testimony of hope for a world in need of encouragement. If today feels heavy, breathe deeply, and know that you don't have to have all the answers. Take each moment as it comes. Trust in the process. God promises to go before you, to walk beside you, and to carry you when you can't go any further. Each day is a new beginning, an invitation to embrace the strength He offers and the love He pours out. Let patience be your companion. Often, strength is built not in rushing ahead, but in waiting, trusting and learning through the process. The waiting is not wasted. It transforms you, teaching you to rely on God and not solely on your own understanding. Be gentle with yourself. Growth, healing, and new strength take time. Count your blessings, no matter how small. Each one is a reminder of God's provision and a building block for resilience. Speak words of life over yourself. Affirm your value. Remember who you are, a beloved child of God, created with purpose, destined for greatness, and equipped for every good work. So today, hold your head high. You are stronger than you think, not because you never stumble, but because you rise again every time you fall. Not because life is always easy, but because God walks with you through every valley, guiding you towards higher ground. There is a purpose for your pain, a reason for your hope, and a promise ahead of you that is worth every trial. You are stronger than you think. God's message for you today is one of encouragement, love, and unwavering faithfulness. Trust in His strength within you, lean on His grace, and move forward with confidence, knowing you are never alone. Your journey is not defined by your setbacks, but by your courage to keep going. Keep the faith, keep pressing on, and remember, God's strength is made perfect in your weakness, and your story is far from over.